There was a moment in the stands at St Andrews this week when you could almost feel the disbelief ripple through the crowd. Not anger at first, not even frustration, just confusion. Because Birmingham City used to be talked about as an exciting destination, a club rebuilding with ambition, a project capable of attracting international talent and giving it a stage. Yet here we are watching a player who once troubled Champions League defences, Kyogo Furuhashi, reduced to appearing for barely 2 minutes at the end of a match against QPR. 2 minutes. And suddenly you start asking a serious question that nobody at the club seems willing to answer out loud. How did Birmingham become the place where a striker of that profile simply disappears on the substitutes bench? Let's be honest about the reality at St Andrews right now. Kyogo's reputation was built on brilliance at Celtic, a striker who thrived on movement, instinct, and relentless finishing. But the version of his story unfolding at Birmingham looks nothing like that. After a frustrating spell in France with Rennes, this move was supposed to reignite him. Instead, it feels as though the nightmare has followed him here. When manager Chris Davies was asked about leaving him out against Charlton, the response was as blunt as it was dismissive. That's just a selection. Just a selection. But when a player with Kyogo's pedigree cannot even make the squad, supporters start wondering what that really means. Because every decision sends a message to the dressing room and to the fans who were told this club was investing to compete. If a signing like this becomes an afterthought, what does that say about the direction of the project? Now we come to the brutal numbers. And this is where the debate becomes uncomfortable. Since leaving Celtic, Kyogo Furuhashi has scored just 3 goals in 36 appearances. 3. For a striker who once lived off goals, that statistic alone suggests something has gone seriously wrong. But the context makes it even more complicated. Out of those 36 matches, he has started only 10 and played just 1,277 minutes in total. That is barely enough time to build rhythm across an entire season. Compare that with other forwards in similar roles playing 2 or 3 times that amount of minutes, and the contradiction becomes clear. On one hand, the numbers look poor. On the other hand, the opportunities simply have not been there. And when he finally steps onto the pitch against QPR, it happens in the 90th minute. 2 minutes to change a match, rediscover form, and prove a point. That is not a genuine opportunity. So the uncomfortable question lingers. Is the problem Kyogo Furuhashi or the way Birmingham City are trying to use him? Because here is the next twist in the story. There are already whispers about a possible move to Major League Soccer in the next transfer window, an exit route, a reset. If that happens, Birmingham will have to face an uncomfortable reflection. Did the club sign an elite striker only to let him leave without ever seeing the best version of him? From a sporting perspective, that would represent a missed opportunity. From a financial perspective, it raises even bigger questions. Players like Kyogo are not signed to sit on the bench. They are brought in to score goals and lead the attack. If he leaves without that ever happening, it becomes another chapter in a project that promised ambition but is struggling to deliver it on the pitch. So now the conversation belongs to the supporters. The people filling St Andrews every week. The fans who want Birmingham City to rise, not drift. Is Kyogo Furuhashi a victim of Chris Davies' system, a striker trapped in a setup that simply does not suit him? Or is the harsh reality that he no longer has the level required for this project? Right now, the evidence can be argued both ways, and the silence from the club is only making the debate louder.